If there's one curry that always guarantees a hearty hit of flavor, it's Chicken Dopiaza. Big, bold, loaded with flavor. This is one you're going to want to come back to all the time. It's absolutely delicious and one of my all-time favorites. So this is a recipe from my cookbook, The Curry Guy Bible. And there it is. It is just really one of those curries that a lot of people don't know about because they tend to stay with the curries that they're familiar with, like kormas and tikka masalas and maybe a madras. But this is one that is really, the depth of flavor is fantastic. And as you can see here, there's not a huge amount of ingredients, but they all work so well together. All right, so as you can see, we've got some chicken tikka here, which I've already made. That gives it another layer of flavor, absolutely gorgeous. We got some onion pods here. We got some cardamom pods, cumin seeds, and coriander there. Coriander seeds, a little bit of tomato puree, garlic and ginger paste, like almost every curry has garlic and ginger paste. Then we've got some chili powder, some cumin, and also a little bit of mixed powder. Now mixed powder is a curry house style curry powder. It's made up, I've got a recipe for it in my book and also on my blog. But if you need to, you can also just use Madras curry powder. We have some Methi leaves there and also some Garam Masala. Here I've fried off some onions. So all I did is I thinly sliced some onions and I fried them for about 10 to 15 minutes until they turned a nice golden crispy brown. And I did the same thing here, but these I've mashed up and we're gonna mix them with some yogurt, which is just gonna add more depth to the curry. So with that, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna turn this on. So I'm gonna heat this pan up over a medium-high heat, and then we'll add some oil. I can go ahead and add the oil now. And the only difference between this dopiaza and the dopiaza which is in my book is that this is a 1 to 2 person serving, so a curry house style sized portion, which this is the size, if you went out for a curry, they'd be cooking in a pan about this size and making it. In my book, it's for a family, so a family of 4. I just downscaled it. You can upscale it right back up, not a big deal. So to start this off, I'm gonna add these onion petals. And all we want to do is we want to give them a bit of a char. That's going to take a couple of minutes. We're just going to let them char on the outside. And they've been just kind of sitting here, cooking that over for a bit. As you can see, they're nicely charred on the outside. That's kind of what we're looking for. So they're nice and charred, but also a bit soft in the center. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these and remove them from the pan for now. They will be added back into the curry, so at a later time. And to this, I'm going to add these whole spices. So cumin seeds, coriander seeds, and a couple of smashed cardamom pods. We're gonna let that cook for about 30 seconds, just to season the oil there. And then I'm gonna add some garlic and ginger paste. And to that, we're gonna go ahead and add some tomato puree. Oh, it's smelling incredible in here right now. Tiny bit of base sauce here. And the spices. A little bit more that base. There we are. And now we're going to add some of this chicken to it. And you get to add a lot more chicken when you cook it at home than you get at a restaurant. So that's a nice thing. We're just going to let that chicken heat through. And as it does, a little bit more base sauce. As it does, this base sauce is going to caramelize around the side of the pan. And as you do, as that happens, you just scrape it right back into the pan because that is flavor. You want that flavor from that. There we are. I've got this paste that I've made with it's all this is fried onions. And I got some yogurt. I'm gonna mix them together now. That's about 2 onions, believe it or not. So 2 onions that I've fried and then blended to this paste. This can just keep going. You don't even have to stir this. You can stir the sides if you need to, but the bottom will be just fine. And if it looks like it needs a little bit more base, you just add some more base just to fill the pan. Rule with the base is, although I give say how much to add in the book, the rule with the base is if your curry is looking too dry, add some more. If it's too liquidy, let it cook down. It's quite easy. Now I'm just going to take this, I'm going to move it all around in there. And yogurt, you want to add about 1 tablespoon at a time. You do not want to add too much of this yogurt because it will curdle. So you just want to be a bit careful with that. I'm just going to add just a little tiny bit now. Use my other spoon. This is going to add even more depth to this curry. Something you don't get in a lot of curries. It's going to taste like it's been cooking for hours over a nice low heat and really letting all those ingredients get to know each other. But in reality, this is only taking me 10 minutes. So as you can see, that is really nice thick sauce, just like you'd expect from a curry house. A little bit more sauce. Add a little sprinkle of salt here. And then some Kassori Methi, that's dried fenugreek leaves, as well as some Garam Masala. To that, we're going to add the petals back in. We've got ourselves a finished dopiaza. I'm going to give it a try right now. That is so good. Take that off the heat. That is gorgeous. So there you have it. Chicken dopiaza made in about 10 minutes. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. If there's one curry that always guarantees a hearty hit of flavor, it's chicken dopiaza. Big, bold, loaded with onions, this curry is a classic on British Indian restaurant menus.